Okay, hello everyone. It is Monday, the 11th of October. It's freezing in Geneva. I just heard it's really nice over in Portugal from Evelyn, so lucky you. So let's sit nice and tall for our breathing exercise. Shoulders should be open wide, chest lifted, and the belly for the moment, I'd like you to just keep the belly relaxed. Place your hands onto your thighs. Lift your chin and just begin breathing deeply in and out through the nose, keeping the mouth closed. So as we do these types of breath, this is where we can take a moment just to slow down and to listen, to become aware of what's going on in our bodies, to listen even to our thoughts, listen to the mind. And see if there's any sort of sensations, feelings, thoughts that come up for you. And we always take about 5 to 10 breaths just to settle. You can clear away any worries, any concerns you might have about your day. Just clear them away. And allow yourself to come into this moment right now. Becoming present is one of the best ways to lower stress. Very good. Open your eyes. All right. I want you all to place your hands around your waist. So I'll just show where we're going to place our hands. It's around our waist, lower than the ribs. And I want you to draw the tissues forward towards your belly button. Bring your shoulders forward a bit, lift your chin, and begin breathing in and out through the chest. So big expansion of the chest, and you release gently. This is a type of Ujjayi breath where we want to have the belly pulled in, and you want the expansion to happen in the chest, the upper ribs, as well as the upper back. You keep the waist stable and still. So Ujjayi means victorious. It can also mean powerful. And it's a type of breath we typically use in power yoga. It really helps to heat up the body. It helps to get all of the intercostal muscles moving as you breathe. And it's also a type of breath that can help keep the low back strong, as the low back is supported with the core muscles. Good. One more deep breath like this. Excellent. Relax your hands back down onto your thighs. And let's raise the chin, lifting, stretching the front of the throat, and lower your chin down to the chest. Breathing in as you lift, breathing out as you lower. And again, we'll breathe in and lift. So this nodding helps to get the muscles of the neck warmed up, and all of those nerve endings that are in the muscles of the neck, they get stimulated, keeping our system of balance functioning well. So let's bring the head back to a neutral position and turn your head from right to left. As you do this, see if you can do this with your shoulders straight. Good. And then from the right shoulder, let's roll the head down in a half circle until we reach the left shoulder, and then roll it back down again. We reach the right shoulder, rolling it back down again, reaching the left. Keep going side to side. Good. One more time each side. Beautiful. Bring your chin back down to your chest and lift your head. Now, for those of you who've just joined, I mentioned we're going to work the forearms to start with a gentle massage. So I'm going to show you, you've got your forearm here. Just lift one arm, doesn't matter which one, we'll do both. And you're going to wrap your fingers around. The thumb goes to the inner arm and the fingers wrap around. And I want you to draw the tissues around towards the outside. So we take them and draw them around towards the outside and move up the arm this way, all the way up towards the thumb. And then you'll move back down just the once. Good. Now, we're keeping the hand relaxed. I want you to take your fingers and you're going to feel the muscles. These are the extensor muscles. They make the hand do this. So you're going to push your fingers into those muscles, going up and down a few times. That's right. And there might be some soreness there. Oftentimes people feel the most soreness either close to the elbow or closer to the wrist. Just pay attention to that soreness and be gentle, of course. Good. Now, the same arm, I want you to outstretch it, and you're going to turn your hand so the thumb is underneath the arm, and now we're working the flexor muscles. So you're going to squeeze inwards again, going all the way down to the wrist. Not too much pressure on the wrist, please, but you stick your fingers in there, go up and down. Good. That's it. And then lifting the hand back up again. Let's do once again the same movement where you take the tissues and you turn them around the arm this way, from the inner to the outer. That's right. Good. And back down again. Perfect. Relax your arms down onto your thighs and notice the difference of the right hand and the left hand. And you may even feel it all the way up the arm and even up to the neck. Now, the reason we go in this direction is towards the thumb, inner to the outer, is because we're more often than not turning the arm this way, and that's where the imbalance comes from. When we stand, we've got that rounded shoulder position. So when you turn the muscles this way, it helps to keep the shoulder back. Let's do the other side. So lift your arm up, go ahead and grab a hold of the tissues, and you pull from the inner to the outer, towards the outside. So go ahead and go up and down just once. Getting those tissues in place, those muscles sort of move into a different position. You can go up over, I've got my watch on, but go up over, that's right. Now we'll take the fingers and we'll go into the extensor muscles. So just squeeze in there. You can go all the way up the wrist, being gentle, and back down. Go up and down about 3 times. As I mentioned before, many of us are much more sensitive at the elbow than at the wrist. And back up again. Good. Then stretching the arm out, turn your hand, and we'll go on the opposite side, getting the flexor muscles, get the fingers in there, and go down towards the wrist, being gentle, of course, when you get to the wrist, and coming back up. Usually we do not have sensitivity in the flexor muscles. Why? Because flexor muscles are what we should move more than the extensor muscles. We're more sore in the extensor muscles because of our positioning at work. Good. Excellent. Then bend your elbow and we'll do that same movement where you take the tissues from the inside, roll them outwards, up and down. Good. Excellent. And bring the arm down and notice if you feel any difference in the shoulder. It can even go up to the neck. Just moving those muscles to the outside and massaging a bit can help you to draw the shoulders back. Good. Hands to your heart center. Clasp your fingers and push your palms skyward, stretching the arms as straight as possible, but drop your shoulders. See if especially you can get the elbows straight, okay? Work towards getting those straight. Take a deep breath in, breathing out, lean to your right. Good. Breathing in, rise back up. Keeping the hips stable. Breathe out, go to your left. Beautiful. Eyes back up, breathing in. Breathe out to your right. Yes. Breathing in. Breathing out to the left. Excellent. Keep the arms straight. One more time each side. Breathe out, go to your right. Well done, ladies. Back up to center and to your left. Perfect. Coming back to center, palms together over the head and bring the thumbs into the upper back. Lift your chin, open up the throat. Feel how this opens up the armpits, the shoulders, the chest. Take a deep breath in and stretch your arms straight. Beautiful. Bring your hands back down in front of your heart center. Rolling over your ankles. Everybody come up onto all fours. And I'm going to move now, so it's going to make a little noise with my little ball here. There we go. Perfect. Up onto your hands and knees. Hands should be underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Bring your knees hip width, bring your hands shoulders width. Now, I've mentioned this before, you don't have to spread your fingers really wide like we used to. You can have them gently spread apart, okay? This is going to be better in the long run without hyperextending all of the tendons and muscles. So let's take a deep breath in and curl the spine looking skyward, and then breathe out and round. Let's breathe in and curl, and breathe out and round. And as you do this, see if you can feel in the hands and in the wrists and forearms, if there's a difference already. If you feel perhaps that the wrists and the shoulders are much more connected. One more time, deep breath in and breathing out. Let's come back to a flat back, opening the knees, sink back onto your hips. Reach your arms far out in front of you, bring the forehead down and just rest here for a moment. Taking some deep breaths in and out. Feeling openings through the low back, openings through the hips. Everything should feel quite relaxed, but getting ready for movement. Lift your head, look forward, keep the palms down. Let's rise up onto the knees. Allow your low back to curve and bring the knees back in at hip width. And let's move back and forth, bouncing, prepping the hips, prepping the knees. It's also prepping the shoulders. Turn your right knee up, setting the right foot down next to the left knee, and you'll bounce back and forth. Again, this is humble cat. Now let's reach, still bouncing back and forth, reach your right hand far out in front of you, fingertips on the floor. And then bring your right hand, we're going to bring it underneath the body and go down as low as possible, keeping your right knee up to the side. So you get into a little twist and you're going to feel deeper, deeper into the right hip. Whew. Coming back up, set the hand back down, bring the knee back down. Changing sides, left knee comes up, turn your left foot out, and we bounce back and forth, humble cat. And then reaching your left hand, as you continue bouncing, see if you can set the fingertips down and get a deeper stretch down the side. Good, that's right. And then keeping the hips back, weave the left arm underneath, see if you can get into a little twist and you should feel, wow, it gets deep into the hip, a little opening. Coming back up, set the hand back down, bring the knee back down, tucking the toes under, let's move up into crouching cat. Hips come up, feet are at hip width. Lift and find that curve in your back. Bounce back and forth, getting the knees open, nice and wide, back and forth. That's it. You're on your toes. Good, that's it. Now, keeping the hips back, Open your feet wide. Walk your hands back. Set one hand at a time on the thighs and lift the chest. Now we're gonna change things up a bit. Bring your hands back down and walk your hands back forward again. Walk the hands back. As you do it, become aware of how you're setting your hands. Become aware of your forearms, your shoulders, your neck. Bring the hands back down again. Notice also the work in the thighs. Last time, let's walk back. Hands onto the thighs, lift the chest, let the hips curl back, chin lifted. Bring your right shoulder forward, look over your left shoulder. Good, come back to center. Left shoulder forward, look over your right. Back to center, we'll do that again. Right shoulder forward. Back to center, good. Left shoulder forward. Back to center, one more time each side. Right shoulder forward. Back to center, and left shoulder forward. Coming back to center, just raise the chest. See if you can get the curve, a deep, deep curve into your low back. Hips go way back behind you. Raise your arms out in front of you. Curl your fingers if you wish. Sink down lower for 10, 9. Arms go up when the hips go down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to standing. Good job. Stepping your feet in. Clasp your hands behind you. Stretch your arms as straight as possible. Lift the chest, lift the chin. See if you can get your elbows completely straight. Bend your knees and fold over your legs. Raise the arms as high as possible, looking at the floor. Hold it here, knees bent. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to standing, release the arms, and take a big step forward so you reach the front edge of your mat. Beautiful. Hands come to your heart center. Get ready, everybody, for movement. Bend the knees. Knees are soft. Hips are curled back. Chest is lifted. Open the shoulders. Chin is lifted and throat is open. Let's take a deep breath in. Folding, bringing your elbows and your knees towards each other. Hands come down. Step back to a plank position. Now in the plank position, lower your right knee down. Open up to the left and raise your left arm. Coming back down, back to your plank position. Let's lower the knees, lifting your head, lower your chest down. Pointing your toes, rise up to a little cobra. Bring your chest back down, pushing up onto the knees. Take crouching cat or down dog. Opening the feet as wide as possible. Let's bounce back. 3, 2, 1. Walk your hands back. Hands onto the thighs. Lift the chest. Coming back down, hands to the floor. Walk them back forward. Stepping your feet in, step to the front edge of your mat. Knees bend low, hands to the thighs. Lift again. This time you're in a perfect chair. Raise your arms by your ears. All the way up to standing. Arms down by your sides. Good. Hands to your heart center. So we're changing it up a bit. Keep your ears open. If you need to watch the video, no problem. Take a peek every now and again to see what we're doing. Deep breath in. Let's rise up. Elbows to knees, going all the way down. Hands to the floor. Stepping back to a plank position. Lift your head. This time the left knee goes down. Right arm lifts and we open to our right. Bring the hand back down, back to the plank position. Knees can come down as you lower down slowly. Point your toes, rise up to that little cobra. Chest comes down. Push up onto the hands and knees, all the way up into down dog or crouching cat. Step your feet out one at a time, walking your hands back. Hands come to the thighs, lift the chest, keep the knees nice and bent. Yeah, back down again. Walk your hands forward. So we're really getting into all those muscles in your forearms and wrists. Step your feet in and step your feet forward. Bend your knees low. Take the normal chair position, feet at hip width, arms by your ears. Rise up to standing, arms by your sides. Good. Hands to your heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in, rise. Elbows to knees. Stepping back to plank. Right knee comes down, open up to the left. Back to plank. Knees can come down, lower yourself down. Pointing your toes, cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Step your feet wide. Walk your hands back. Hands to the thighs, lift the chest. Back down again. Walk your hands forward. Stepping your feet in. Stepping the feet forward. Into a chair. Arms by your ears. All the way up to standing, arms by your sides. Hands to your heart center. Let's rise up one more time. Elbows to knees, go right down. Stepping back to plank, I'm gonna come have a look. Good, bring your left knee down. Open your right arm up. That's right, coming back to plank. Knees come down. Move your chest down, perfect. Point your toes, rise up to that cobra. Looking good, everyone. Down dog or crouching cat. Yes. Step your feet wide, walk your hands back. Coming up, hands onto the thighs. Help yourself up for your back. That's important. Set the hands to the thighs first, and then lift the chest. Then bring your hands back down. Good. Stepping forward. Yes, front edge of your mat with your feet, stepping forward. Good. Hands to your thighs, coming up. Excellent. And all the way up to standing. Well done. Good. Arms by your sides. That's right. That's right. Okay. We're going to add on to this. Watch if you need to, or just follow along. Here we go. Hands to the heart center. Deep breath in, you rise up. Elbows to knees, come on down. Stepping back to a plank position. Right knee comes down, left arm comes up with the left leg up. Now we bring both the hand and the foot back down, taking a plank position. Knees can come down, open your hands. Do one push-up if you wish. Feet can come up if you want. All the way down, point your toes, hands come back in, rise to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. If you want, you step wide. If not, you jump wide. Hands walk back. Hands to the thighs before you lift your chest. Lift the chest. Raise the arms by your ears if you want to, if your low back is good. Open the hands coming back down. Walking your hands back forward. Jump to bring your feet back in hip width. Now you could take a burglar hop. Not hopping all the way to your hands, but maybe halfway there. And then stepping the rest of the way forward. Hands to your thighs, lift your chest. Arms by your ears, chair. And then all the way up to standing, arms by your sides. Good. Hands to the heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in. Breathing out, elbows to knees. Stepping back to the plank position. Left knee comes down, right leg comes up, right arm comes up. Bring the foot and the hand back down. Plank position. Knees come down, opening the hands. One push-up if you wish. All the way down. Hands can come into cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. If you want, jump your feet wide, walking the hands back. Hands to your thighs, lift the chest. You could have your hands still on your thighs if you want to protect your back, or you raise the arms. Open the arms, bring them back down to the floor. Step them forward. Jump back in. Burglar hop forward. Stepping forward. Bend your knees, hands to the thighs, lift to a normal chair. Arms by your ears, all the way up to standing. Whew. Hands to the heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in. We have 2 more rounds. Elbows to knees. Stepping back to plank. Right knee comes down. Left arm up, left leg up. Good. Hands come down. Knees come down. You could even jump your hands wide if you have the strength. And then down into a push-up. All the way down. Point your toes. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Jump your feet wide. Walk your hands back. Hands to the thighs, lifting to a chair. Arms by your ears. Arms back down wide and then to the floor. Walk them forward. Jump back in. Burglar hop forward. Stepping forward, bend the knees down low. Coming up, chair. All the way up to standing. Whew. Last round, hands to the heart center. Deep breath in, rise up. Folding forward, elbows to knees. Stepping back to your plank. Left knee comes down, right arm up, right leg up. Coming all the way back down, plank position. Knees come down if you want, hop your arms out. And then one push-up, all the way down. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Hopping your feet wide. Walking your hands back. Hands to the thighs, lift the chest. Raise the arms by the ears if you wish. Open them wide, bringing them back down. Walking them forward. Popping your feet back in. And then forward. Knees bend, hands to the thighs, lift the chest. Chair. And all the way up to standing. Good job, everyone. Hands to your heart center. Whew. Bend the knees, hips back a little bit. So you really get that good position for the hip socket. You get a long belly. You get engagement into the thighs. Raise your right leg, cross it over the left, the ankle over the thigh. Grab your elbows, right arm on top of the left. Feel like your elbows are pulling apart now. Pull them apart. Lift the chin. Let the hips sink back. Let your foot rest. Now we twist to the right. Look over your right arm, your right shoulder. Twist as far as possible. Holding 3, 2, 1. Unwinding, coming back. And let's uncross. Arms by your sides. Remember how important that is to straighten your arms every once in a while. Completely straight so it engages the triceps. Hands to your heart center. Bend the knees, hips go back. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Lift the knee up. Now left arm on top of the right arm, grab the elbows. Pull the arms apart and twist to your left. Keep sinking the hips back. Keep lifting up through the chest. That's it. Turn your head. Yes. Holding 3. Good job. 2, 1. Unwind, uncross, and release your arms by your sides. Nicely done, everyone. Hands to your hips. Bend the knees again, hips go back. Raise your right knee. Fold forward and getting into propeller pose. Stretch your arms by your sides, reaching back as if you want to touch that right heel. And let's lift the right heel, engaging the glutes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Feel the back of the leg too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up. Arms straight by your sides. Get those triceps. Good. Bend your knees. Hips go back. Hands to the hips. Raise your left leg. Getting into propeller pose. Raise the leg behind you. Stretch your arms behind you. Getting the upper back into it and the backs of the shoulders. Let's press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So good. Rise up. Woo, arms straightening. Good job. I'm going to face you now. Hands to your hips. Bend your right knee. Bring it out. Bonsai position. 45 degrees to the line of your hips. Either at your ankle, bring the toes up off the floor, or a little higher than the kneecap. It can be all the way up to your inner thigh if you wish. The knee is at diagonal. Raise your arms, raise your chest, reach to the sky, lengthening out the belly, and we'll hold here. Lift your eyes. See if you can get your tongue in home position, touching the roof of the mouth. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your arms down. Bring the foot down. Take this opportunity here to come back into full awareness and being fully present right now, lowering your stress level. Hands to your hips. Bend your left knee. Bring it out at 45 degrees. Good. Either at the ankle, a little higher than the kneecap, or right up at the inner thigh. Raise your arms, raise your chest, raise your chin, bring your eyes to eye level, tongue in home position. 3 more deep breaths. Well done. Hands to your hips. Bring the foot back down. Beautiful, everyone. Come to the center of your mat like me. Hands at your hips. Knees are soft, slightly bent. Open up your shoulders. And I want you to jump out, not very wide, but pointing your toes out. So we jump out and back in. Again, out and back in. Again, out and in. Now we're going to do it 3 times fast. Out, in, out, in. Now jump out and stay. Good. Stay out. Hips back. Knees pointing outwards towards the toes. Lift your chest. Let's bring our arms in front of us, clasping the fingers together as if you're shooting like Charlie's Angels. Let's twist to our right. Keep the hips back. Twist to your right as far as possible. Holding 3. Good. Feel it in the back. Feel it in the waist. 2. Hips are back. 1. Come back to center. Go to the left. Hold it. We're working the obliques, some deeper muscles. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Raise your arms up over your head. Sink down a little bit more. And here's the challenge. I want you to contract the perineal muscles. Pull them upwards and inwards. Holding here, lift upwards. If you need to, squeeze the glutes tight. Lift up through the chest. 3, that's it. Sink down lower. 2. Good job. 1. Straighten your legs. Whew, hands to your hips. Bend your knees softly as you bounce and come in with the feet. Boom. Turn back to the front edge of your mat and step forward. Well done, ladies. Hands to your heart center. Knees are soft. Deep breath in, rise up. Fold elbows to knees. Hands come down. Step your feet back to a plank position. Lift your head, open your shoulders. Keep the hips up. Keep the back slightly curved. Keep your knees slightly bent. Holding 3, 2, 1. Lower your right knee down. Open up to the left, just as we did before. So you can bring the hand to the hip, or the arm can go up to the sky. Raise your left leg, toes pointed. Now you can look up to your left hand or look forward. And we're going to bring our left leg in front of the mat, tap it, back up and behind the mat, tap it, back up, front of the mat, tap, back of the mat, tap. Keep breathing deeply. Go slowly and controlled. You're going to feel the outer glutes. These are gluteus medius and some of the muscles that are responsible for the positioning of your hips, the proper positioning of the femur bone in the hip socket. Good. We'll do one more of these. Whew. And then raise the leg up, hold it here. If you want to pulse, you can pulse with me up a little higher. If not, you hold it. We're just staying for 5 more counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand back down. Bring the left foot back down. Coming back to a plank position. Hold here. Knees are soft, hips are lifted, chest is lifted, head is lifted. Feel like you're pulling your hands to your feet. Holding again, 3. Stay there. I'm just going to turn around so I face you next time. 2, 1. Left knee comes down this time. Right arm comes up this time. Good. Right leg comes up. Point the toe if you wish. You can have the hand at the hip as well if you prefer. Bring the toe in front of the mat and behind. Go slowly, controlled. In front and behind. Control your movement. That's it. Front and back. Good. Keep going. Beautiful. Lift the leg between the two. And we'll do that one more time. You guys are looking great. Forward and back. Now raise the leg, hold it here. If you want, you can pulse with me, lifting a little bit higher. If not, you just hold the leg in place. We're up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring the foot back down, hand back down. Retake your plank position. Lift your chin, everyone. Keep the back curved. Keep the knees soft. Head lifted. Pull the hands towards the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees. Good job. Lower your chest all the way to the floor. Hands can come underneath the forehead. And you can move your hips from side to side to relax. You can have your head down on your hands. Take some deep breaths and just let go. Nicely done. Let's lift the head and shoulders now. Bring your hands wide, fingertips on the floor. Elbows lifted, palms lifted, everything in a spider position with your hands. This is a really good strengthening exercise for the fingers, the palms of the hands, and the wrists. Draw your shoulder blades behind you. Let them wrap around the top of the rib cage of the back. Lengthen out your legs. And you'll take a deep breath in, pushing gently into your fingertips to rise and come back down. Go as high as is comfortable for you, okay? If it's not comfortable to go very high, don't have to go very high. Let's go again. Deep breath in, rise, and breathe out, come back down. And again, breathing in, breathing out, taking your time. 2 more. Here's your last one. Breathing in. Good job. Breathing out. Hands under the forehead. This time, bend your knees and let your feet go from side to side with the knees bent. Feel yourself rocking over your thighs. Lifting your head, shoulders, and chest. Flex your feet, bring your heels together, knees wide. Elbows out to the sides in cactus. Lift your head, chest, shoulders, and your knees. Peeling the thighs up off the floor as high as possible. We're in parachute position. Let's hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. 1. Come on back down. Hands under the shoulders. Release your feet. Come up onto the hands and knees. Open your knees nice and wide. Now we're going to get into a deep, deep shoulder stretch. Reach your right arm out in front of you. Slide your left arm underneath. Turn your head until you can get your left ear on the floor. Reach your right arm farther out in front of you. And take some deep breaths here. See if you can keep the stretch active without just falling into the stretch. See if you can keep reaching with your right hand and reaching with your left. Good job. Bring your right hand back. Push up until you're back on your hands and knees. This time it's the left arm out in front of you, far out in front. Right arm weaves underneath and you turn as far as you can and keep reaching, left arm and right arm. Breathe deeply. 3, 2, and 1. Slide the left hand back, coming up. Now, keeping your knees apart, feet together, bring your elbows down. Bring your palms together. So your elbows are wide, your palms are together. Forehead can come down, and now lift the hands. See how far you can get the hands, thumbs towards the upper back. It's just like our stretch in the beginning of class. Let the back curve and press your elbows away from the shoulders as far as possible. Breathing deeply and slowly. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing. Coming back up. Let's walk our knees forward. Feet to one side. Coming into a seated position. And we'll move onto our backs. Grab behind the thighs and roll down gently and slowly. Good, good. So we've already worked quite a bit the hamstrings with some of the standing positions. So we're going to leave them alone for today. We're going to be doing 3 different types of bridges. First one is frog bridge. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. Arms down by your sides. Lift the hips up. So we're squeezing the glutes together, we're pressing the feet together, and we're going to pulse. So pulsing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hips back down. Lifting your knees up, separate your feet hip width. Arms by your sides again. Lift the hips. And we're going to squeeze the knees in towards each other. 10, and bring them apart. 9. So it's squeezing the thighs. 8, 7. At the same time, you can lift the perineum and squeeze it tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hips back down. Now we set up for our classic yoga bridge. Elbows into the floor. Fingers are wide. You don't have to overspread them, but you can keep them wide and apart. Squeeze your shoulder blades and raise the hips up again. Now, you could stay here, or you could go for a full bridge pose. If you practice full bridge regularly, set your hands to either side of your head and push up. And we're just gonna rest in this isometric contraction. So you should feel your thighs and your glutes contracting. Oh, there goes my poster. Stay here and breathe deeply. If possible, see if you can get the breath full into the chest, ribs, and get your diaphragm moving as you breathe. Lengthen out your neck at the same time. Now let's move to the floor by raising your arms over your head. Reach far behind you and lower the back one vertebra at a time. See if you can get one vertebra after the other onto your mat. And once all the back is down, stretch one leg at a time onto your mat and reach as far as possible with your toes and your fingertips. Lengthening out from hand to foot. Deep, deep breathing. See if you can get the stretch, especially at your belly, especially at the belly. Good. Now, bring your arms down by your sides. Lift your head, chest, and shoulders, looking towards your feet. See if you can raise your right leg up. Releasing. Reach your arms behind you. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Bring your belly in towards the floor. Arms by your sides. Lift your left leg. Releasing. Arms over your head. Let's do it again. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Low back towards the floor. Arms by your sides. Raise your right leg. Breathing in. Reaching behind you. Breathing out. Arms by your sides. Lift your left leg. If you would like to go farther, peel your upper back off the floor. Arms by your sides. Right leg up. And again, breathing in, breathing out, arms by your sides, left leg up. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Again, breathing in, breathing out. Now to go farther still, you can do both legs, breathing in, breathing out. We'll do 4 of these, breathing in. If it's too much for your back, just do one leg. If it's still too much for your back, don't lift the upper body. One more time. Good job. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze them in, rocking from side to side. As you let your knees go to the right, turn your head to the left, and vice versa. Good job, ladies. All right. Keep the right knee against the chest. Set the left foot down, knee bent. This way we can let the back curve and have space between the floor and the low back. Stretch your right leg to the sky, make a big circle with the foot. Change the direction of the circle. Flexing your foot, straighten the leg as much as possible and pull the leg down into the floor, letting the low back curve. Here you should feel the stretch down the back of the leg. If you don't, you can pull the leg gently towards you until you do. At one point, you're going to feel it going all the way down without feeling it at the low back. Crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, lift both legs, grabbing behind, pull the knees in towards the chest. Good. The left foot comes down, legs stay crossed. Let your knees go to the left, close twist, right arm out to the side, and then bring your left arm across your chest. See if you can touch your inner elbow of your right arm. So you get into a full twist and a stretch into the shoulder, as well as the arm and the pectoral. Nice. Uncross your legs. Rise back up. Lift your left knee up to your chest. The right knee stays bent, and you look for curve in the low back. And straightening the leg to the sky, big circle with the foot. Change the direction and move all of the toes as you make these circles. Flex your foot, straighten your leg as much as possible, and pull the thigh downwards, getting curve in the low back, holding here. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Lift both, pull them in towards the chest, and hold. Keeping the legs crossed, right foot comes down. Let your knees fall to the right, left arm to the side, and the right arm reaches across your chest and touches the inner elbow of the left arm. Turn your head to the left as well for a full twist. Uncross the legs before rolling back on your back. Lifting the feet up, grab a hold of ankles or bottoms of the feet and rock a bit from side to side in happy baby pose. Squeeze the knees tightly to the chest. Lift your head and nose between the knees, lowering the head down. Stretching one leg at a time onto your mat. Set your hands onto your belly. And take 10 deep breaths in and out of the belly, getting the diaphragm to move with your breath. So as you breathe in, the belly expands, and as you breathe out, the belly releases inwards. Breathe in, allow the belly to expand, and breathe out, allow the belly to release and let go. That's it. Good. So as you take these deep breaths, come back to the way you may have felt at the beginning of class. Just notice how different you may be feeling right now. And if you have any tension in the body, see if you can breathe it out. And now, if you have any thoughts that are coming to you, see if you can imagine them on a screen, just flitting across the screen, and you're watching it like a film. But you're separated from that film. You're not in it. You're not controlled by the film. And now bringing your attention to your breath. Imagine the breath becomes the color blue. And as you breathe in that tranquil color, calming, relaxing, blue. Imagine yourself floating now in the color blue. Coming back to your breath, expand your belly as you breathe in and release as you breathe out. And begin moving your fingers and your toes. Moving the hands and the feet. Now reach your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. That's great. Feel your belly lengthening. And then bring the knees up to the chest. Squeeze them in against the chest. Rock gently from side to side. Good. Let's bring our right hand to our right ear and roll all the way to the right-hand side. Lift yourself up from the side, hands onto the floor. Good job. Let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands over your face. Gently tap around your eyes. Shaking your hands out. Let's do that one more time. Well done, everyone. Hands again at the heart center. And I wish you all an absolutely lovely day, lovely afternoon. Thanks for joining me. Namaste. Well done, everybody. And I'll see you all who are joining me